You wake up in the morning, often without really questioning where you are or what you're experiencing. You go through your daily routine, brush your teeth, shower, get dressed, maybe grab a quick breakfast. You check your phone, scroll through social media feeds, glance at your calendar, read news headlines, see notifications pop up, each one pulling you further into a world that feels familiar, predictable, and solid. You move through the world, perceiving it as a fixed, tangible reality. The buildings around you, the people you interact with, the laws of physics, these all seem absolute, unchangeable. But what if I told you? What if everything you perceive as reality is not the full story? What if this world, the very fabric of your existence, is actually a carefully engineered construct? An experience that's been designed, curated, and maintained through hidden architecture. An illusion so convincing that most people live their entire lives unaware of its true nature. And beneath this carefully crafted illusion lies a hidden architecture, an underlying blueprint. Not a blueprint that is written on paper or displayed openly, but an energetic, symbolic, and spiritual pattern, an occult blueprint that shapes everything you see, feel, and believe. It's a code embedded deep within the fabric of reality, shaping your perceptions, your thoughts, your beliefs, and even your sense of self. This is the occult blueprint of reality, and you've been living within it, often without even realizing it. Let's start by understanding what the term occult blueprint really means. The word occult is often misunderstood. Many associate it with sinister secrets or dark magic, but at its core, occult simply means hidden, concealed from plain sight. It refers to knowledge that isn't immediately visible or accessible, truths that require effort, insight, or initiation to uncover. And blueprint refers to an underlying plan or a detailed design. Think of a blueprint as the architectural diagram of a building, a set of precise instructions that determine the shape, structure, and function of the physical space. In our context, the blueprint isn't just physical, it's energetic, symbolic, psychological, and spiritual. It's the pattern behind the pattern, the code that guides the creation of your reality. Imagine walking through a building every day without ever knowing that every wall, window, and door was laid out according to a master plan. This plan is invisible to the eye, but governs every aspect of the structure. Similarly, the occult blueprint is the hidden design that influences how you perceive time, space, identity, and even what you believe is possible. It's the operating system of your reality, an invisible software running behind the scenes. And it's not random. It's been deliberately designed, maintained, and used by those who understand its power. Most people refer to this familiar world as the real world, the tangible physical environment we see, touch, and experience daily. But what if that reality is just a narrow slice of what actually exists? The construct is a limited bandwidth of perception, a simulation created by various forces that influence your consciousness. This includes social conditioning, the beliefs and habits society ingrains in us from childhood, education systems, formal and informal teachings that shape your worldview, religious dogma, traditions and doctrines that define what's sacred, true, or divine, political ideologies that influence how you view authority, power, and freedom, media narratives that broadcast stories and images to shape your thoughts and emotions, and cultural norms, collective customs and behaviors that define acceptable conduct. All these elements work together to train you to look outward, to focus on external achievements, possessions, and appearances rather than inward, toward your true nature. They encourage obedience and conformity rather than questioning and exploration. They promote consumption over creation, fear over empowerment. From the moment you're born into this construct, it begins to shape your perceptions and beliefs. Unless you awaken to the truth, you may spend your entire life believing this limited simulation is all there is. And when you die, you leave this construct behind, never realizing there was a greater reality waiting beyond the illusion. Now, you might ask, if this blueprint is so important, why is it hidden? Why isn't it taught openly? Because knowledge is power, and those who control the blueprint hold the keys to the entire system. If more people understood the underlying design, they could begin to rewrite it. They could awaken from the scripted reality and become the architects of their own existence. They could shift from passive consumers to conscious creators. But the controllers of the system don't want that. They prefer obedient inhabitants, predictable, programmable, and easily controlled. These puppeteers, whether they're governments, corporations, secret societies, or unseen forces, have buried the blueprint beneath layers of distraction, entertainment, debt, fear, division, and false choices. Distraction is their tool. By keeping you occupied with endless entertainment, material pursuits, and superficial conflicts, they ensure you never look behind the curtain. The more distracted you are, the less likely you are to question the nature of reality or realize your own power. But this blueprint isn't merely social or political. It's fundamentally metaphysical, a reflection of ancient, sacred knowledge that predates modern civilization. This knowledge encompasses the nature of consciousness, understanding that your awareness is the true reality. Everything in existence vibrates at specific energies, vibration and frequency, so that your thoughts, feelings, and beliefs have a direct impact on what manifests around you. The laws of manifestation teach us that thoughts and intentions shape physical reality, and sacred geometry reveals the underlying patterns of creation, geometric forms that are the language of the universe. Symbols and archetypes are universal codes that influence your subconscious. These symbols are not random, they're intentional. They serve as energetic anchors, influencing perceptions, emotions, and behaviors. The elite and those who understand the blueprint use symbols to encode power, authority, and influence, sometimes subtly, sometimes overtly. Why does the dollar bill feature Masonic and Egyptian symbols? Because these symbols are gateways, carriers of ancient knowledge and power. Why do music videos flash occult imagery? Because they tap into archetypes stored deep within collective consciousness. Why do global events sometimes align with numerological or astrological dates? Because timing is a powerful tool to amplify influence. This isn't coincidence. It's the language of the universe, used consciously or unconsciously to shape reality. At the core of this blueprint is sacred geometry, the patterns and forms that underpin creation itself. Geometry isn't just about shapes, it's about the fundamental structure of the universe. Patterns such as the flower of life, representing interconnectedness, the golden ratio, a mathematical proportion found in nature, art, and architecture. The phi spiral, a logarithmic spiral that appears in galaxies, hurricanes, and shells. The Merkaba, a star tetrahedron representing divine energy fields. And the Vesica Piscis, the almond-shaped intersection of two circles, symbolizing duality and harmony. These patterns are not symbolic of reality. They are the very fabric of reality. Temples, pyramids, and cathedrals were constructed using sacred geometry to amplify spiritual energy and consciousness. Modern cities, built without regard for these principles, often lack the vibrational alignment that sacred structures possess. The construct prefers you asleep, unaware of these geometrical codes, because awakening to this knowledge awakens your power to influence and reshape your environment. Time itself has been manipulated. The calendar systems we use, like the Gregorian calendar, are not natural. They are artificial constructs imposed upon us. The Gregorian calendar was introduced by the Vatican in 1582, replacing older lunar, solar, and energetic time systems rooted in celestial cycles. This shift disconnected humanity from natural rhythms like solstices, equinoxes, moon phases, and planetary cycles that align us with cosmic harmony. When you forget the true nature of time, you forget your own rhythms, your purpose, and your connection to the universe. The artificial clock, dividing days into hours, minutes, seconds, keeps you in a rush, anxious, reactive mode. In contrast, cosmic time is fluid, aligning with natural cycles and your inner state. When you attune to the authentic flow of time, through awareness of lunar phases, solstices, and planetary movements, you reconnect with your higher self and the greater cosmos. The blueprint uses this artificial time as a tool to keep you disoriented, distracted, and disconnected from your true essence. Now, here's the key. The external construct is shaped by your internal beliefs. Your mind, your thoughts, perceptions, and belief systems is the interface through which the blueprint manifests. If you believe that the world is dangerous, that money is evil, that you are powerless, or that the divine is distant or inaccessible, then that's the reality you will experience. Your beliefs act as filters, shaping your personal experience of the construct. But when you consciously examine and update your core beliefs, when you expand your awareness, question assumptions, and master your thoughts, you can begin to bend and reprogram the construct itself. This is the process of awakening, realizing that you are the creator of your reality, not a victim of it. Breaking free from the illusion isn't about fighting the system head-on or engaging in rebellious acts alone. It's about reclaiming the knowledge, the blueprint that is already within you. The blueprint isn't something you have to invent. It's something you must remember and reawaken to. Here are some steps. Question everything, especially the narratives you've been told are true. Practice daily meditation and stillness. These practices reveal the structure underlying your perceptions. Study sacred texts, symbols, and esoteric systems. Hidden within myths and stories is a map to higher consciousness. Observe your thoughts. Becoming aware of your mental patterns is like editing the code of your reality. Connect with nature. Nature speaks the original language of creation in its pure form. Trust your intuition. Your inner voice knows more than your conditioned mind. Remember, you're not escaping reality. You're re-entering a deeper, more authentic one, the real one that exists beyond the illusion. The construct may deceive you into believing you're powerless, insignificant, or separate from the divine. But the blueprint, your true design, is neutral, precise, and infinitely powerful. It responds to your level of consciousness. When you forget who you truly are, the construct imprisons you, traps your awareness in a limited experience. But when you remember your true nature, your divine blueprint, it begins to respond to your awakening. Synchronicities appear, miracles unfold, hidden truths reveal themselves, illusions crumble. Not because the world changes overnight, but because your perspective shifts. Your inner transformation rewires the entire system, like a computer virus being replaced by a higher program. Here's the greatest secret of the occult blueprint. It's not someone else's design, it's yours. Before you forgot, you helped craft this simulation, this experience of duality and growth, so that you could learn, evolve, and transcend limitations. And now, you're waking up inside it, not to escape, but to rebuild, to recode your reality with light, truth, and sovereignty. The system was never meant to hold you forever. It was a temporary stage, a playground for your soul's development. Its purpose is to teach you how to remember your divine power. And the moment you realize this, you begin to reclaim your role as the architect of your universe. You are the creator of your experience. You hold the keys to the kingdom. In closing, remember this: the world you see is a reflection, a projection of your inner state. The blueprint is always present, waiting silently for your awareness to activate it. When you choose to remember who you truly are, the entire fabric of your reality shifts. The illusion of separation dissolves, the veils lift, and you come to realize that you've been living in a construct, an elaborate, beautiful, and complex design, crafted by consciousness itself. But now, it's your turn. It's your moment to awaken, to reclaim your power, and to become the true architect of your reality. The blueprint is within you. It always was. And the path to freedom begins with understanding this truth. If this message resonated with you, if you're beginning to see the world in a new light, I invite you to take a moment to subscribe to this channel. By subscribing, you'll stay connected to more insights and explorations into the hidden truths that shape our reality. Don't forget to like this video. It helps spread awareness and brings this knowledge to more curious minds who are awakening to their true power. And I'd love to hear your thoughts, questions, or experiences, so please leave a comment below. Share your journey, your discoveries, or any insights you've gained along the way. Together, we can build a community of conscious explorers, awakening to the true nature of reality and our role as creators within it. Remember, the power to transform your world is already within you. All it takes is awareness. Thank you for watching, and I look forward to connecting with you in the next video.